Hi, good morning everyone. It's Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. I use cutting edge digestive testing, stool testing to have a good look at your gut and see what's going on there and how it's functioning. And then I use supplements, diets, and lifestyle upgrades to really get things ticking over nicely for you again, bringing it all back into balance and getting that whole picture looking much healthier for you so you can get back to enjoying life as you should do. So today I wanted to touch on something which is really important, I think, because it seems to be coming up a lot in my clinic at the moment. So I thought I'd just hop on and give you a bit of a rundown about this subject, which is heartburn and digestive discomfort and the use of medications such as PPIs to try and alleviate this problem. Which isn't really a problem as such, not as you think it is, because the rationale behind this is that you're producing too much stomach acid. It actually really isn't the case at all. We need stomach acid, and we need a lot of stomach acid because we need it as our first line in our immune system. So we need very acidic stomach acid to stop a lot of bugs getting through, things like H. pylori, getting a stranglehold causing ulcers. We need it to stop bacteria getting through, getting into the small intestine and then causing issues such as SIBO, and SIBO being one of the major causes of IBS type symptoms. So there's a couple of big reasons why you might want to think very carefully before embarking on this kind of treatment. Essentially, you need stomach acid, so you need it in your stomach though. And when you get these symptoms, it's often because you have stomach acid in the wrong place. So it creeps up into the esophagus and gets very, very uncomfortable sometimes. So we need to stop that happening. But in a minute, I shall go into a few sort of natural ways and lifestyle ways that you can try and get things under control a little bit. So if you start to use PPIs, there are lots of drawbacks. Obviously, if you're not producing enough acid, then you're not going to be absorbing very well. So the acid in your stomach to break your food down is the first step in that kind of assimilation process. So it's got to break the food down into manageable sized chunks so it can be assimilated properly, going through your digestive system, so your gut can then absorb the nutrients properly. So it wants nice small pieces of food, not great big undigested chunks, because that can also cause leaky gut. But basically, when you take PPIs, what's happening is they're literally stopping your stomach producing the enzymes which produce stomach acid. So you're literally switching off your stomach acid. As far as medications go, they're like antacids on steroids. They are very, very powerful. And that's what they'll do. They'll cut it out altogether. So then you can be facing all the problems associated with not having enough stomach acid going on. It can then take a long time once you stop taking them to bring things back into balance and functioning optimally for you again. So yeah, one or two problems there. So you're also looking then at problems such as mineral deficiencies, so possible B12 deficiencies. So B12 deficiency, you would have foggy head, mood problems, possible tingling issues, things like that, because you're not absorbing your B12 properly. You may not be breaking down and absorbing magnesium properly, which is a big problem. What else have you got going on? SIBO. Yeah, ulcers can be a problem as well with not enough stomach acid, and also going to increase your risk there as well of inflammatory bowel conditions, so ulcerative colitis and yeah, other kind of inflammatory things like that. Also, leaky gut can be a problem then, because then leaky gut gives rise to all manner of conditions too. So that's another reason to try and deal with things as naturally as you can. And of course, that's not to say that sometimes there are certain conditions people need to be taking PPIs on an ongoing basis, but we're not really talking about that now. We're talking about using it to alleviate short-term heartburn, etc. Okay, so they shouldn't be used on an ongoing basis anyway because of these problems. So absolutely don't be tempted to use them to fix things. Okay, so what to do instead then? So there are supplements you can use. In my clinic, we will use a range of different supplements. So we may use things like digestive enzymes, hydrochloric acid. We may use magnesium or zinc to bring things back into balance for you. We may use apple cider vinegar, can be really useful and really help that digestive process and really kind of alleviate the heartburn problem from happening. But the thing is, with all of these, I mean, you can take all the medications in the world, you can take all the supplements in the world, but they're not going to do much good unless you get to this underlying cause, like why have you got the heartburn in the first place. So if you've got heartburn, your body's trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you it's not happy. So you need to unravel why it's not happy, what's it trying to tell you about. So I would certainly, for a start, be looking at things like stress levels. What are your stress levels doing? Quite often, I mean, obviously we can't avoid stress totally, but just trying to bring those stress levels under control by getting into the habit of practices such as meditation and yoga, or even general exercise are great stress busters. And if you do have a stressful situation going on, then acknowledge your stress and just give yourself space when you're eating, particularly to get those digestive juices flowing and really get into the mindset of eating properly, giving yourself time to cook food, smell it, get into the right frame of mind for eating. Because if you're eating when you're stressed, you're essentially just chucking your food down a dry hole because those juices aren't flowing properly. So if you're eating at your desk while checking your emails, or eating in the car or at traffic lights, anything like that, is a pretty good indicator that your digestive juices are not going to be flowing properly and going to give rise to this indigestion and heartburn situation. Also, avoid eating too much in one go. That can be a trigger for the stomach acid getting into the wrong place. Some people are very sensitive to certain foods, so some people are very sensitive to things like fizzy drinks or alcoholic drinks or spicy fried foods, so it would be worth looking into that and seeing if this is a trigger for you, and see if you can see a pattern emerging there, and try really to get to the underlying cause for you and what's causing these symptoms for you. Okay, so there's a few things to be thinking about then. And if you are worried about your heartburn or indigestion or anything like that, then do get in touch. I'll leave a link to my diary in the comments. So just click on the link there, book yourself in for a free chat for 30 minutes so I can find out what you've got going on and how I can help you. Okay, so I hope that sheds a bit of light for you, and I shall see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.